Hi everyone, Shai here. I hope all of you are doing good. Welcome to another new video. Today, we're diving into a topic that introduces us to a nation of gun lovers and unparalleled defenders. America has some fascinating and formidable secrets up its sleeve. From its well-armed citizenry to its state-of-the-art defense systems, we're exploring the reasons that make the United States a powerhouse on the global stage. So, here are some reasons you shouldn't mess with the USA. Number 1. M1A2 Abrams Battle Tank. There are many different battle tanks around the world, but the M1A2 Abrams battle tank is believed to be one of the world's best. It was an improvement on the previous M1A1 and is expected to remain in service up to 2050 and beyond. It's just that good. It almost seems impenetrable, which is perhaps why it's such a desirable tank. It has carbon composite armor with depleted uranium mesh on the turret and front of the hull, and this armor offers incredible protection against all currently known anti-tank weapons. Sure, the tank is heavier, but most people won't mind if it improves their chances of staying alive. The interior of the tank is also lined with a Kevlar lining, and ammunition for the main gun is kept in the turret bustle, which has blowout panels for even more protection. Depending on the tank and where it's located, some might also have missile countermeasure devices, which identify and jam the guidance of laser-guided missiles. As far as weapons go, the M1A2 Abrams battle tank is a beast. It has a manually loaded M256 120mm smoothbore gun, a coaxial 7.62mm machine gun, a second one installed over the gunner's hatch, and a 12.7mm gun over the commander's hatch. I wouldn't like your chances if you were to come up against one of these tanks. Number 2. Aircraft carriers. The United States is all about having the biggest and best of everything. I mean, just look at the size of their fast food cups. So, when it comes to aircraft carriers, you just know they want to stand out for having the most powerful fleet. We already know that the United States doesn't have the most ships in its fleet, but that doesn't mean they don't have all the power. Out of 43 aircraft carriers in the world, we have 11 of them. We also have almost 24 flat-decked amphibious ships, which are basically aircraft carriers too. The US Navy also has a very optimistic 30-year shipbuilding plan in which they hope to have at least 355 ships in their fleet by 2049. Given that they have fewer than 300, that's a pretty bold goal to have. Building the fleet is expected to cost upwards of $26 billion. You could feed a whole lot of hungry people for that, just saying. As of June 2021, the Navy said that they had 115 surface combatants, 68 submarines, 33 fleet support, 31 amphibious warfare ships, 29 combat logistics ships, 11 aircraft carriers, 8 mine warfare ships, and 1 auxiliary support, bringing their total battle force ship inventory to 296. Number 3. MAARS Weaponized Robot. Most soldiers know there's a chance of death when they head into a war zone. After all, enemies of the United States are actively trying to kill them, but it's a bitter pill to swallow. You want to fight for your country, but you also want to stay alive for your family. It seems that the United States Armed Forces have considered this predicament by creating the MAARS, a weaponized combat-ready robot called the Modular Advanced Armed Robotic System. It's a crawler ground vehicle designed, developed, and engineered for reconnaissance, surveillance, and target acquisition missions. The goal is to keep personnel safe while MAARS, which is what I'm going to call it now, powers forward to help with ambushes, booby-trapped areas, hostage rescue attempts, site security, and detainee riots. Soldiers can stay out of the line of fire. They can be several miles away from MAARS and receive information about what's happening at the action zone. But, of course, MAARS isn't working on its own. It can only do its job when it's receiving instructions from the operator. So far, it's showing that it can be capable of saving lives and has a number of features that are bound to make soldiers on the front line breathe a sigh of relief. It has day and night cameras, motion detectors, a loudspeaker with a siren, a hostile fire and localization system, multiple safety features, and an active force projection. The more this robot can do, the less the soldiers have to do. Before moving on to the ZUMWALT destroyer, I'd like to take a moment to introduce you all to vast amounts of money on developing the most advanced by getting your favorite products from my store. The problem they typically have is ensuring any technology will serve their needs now and in the future. After all, you wouldn't want to drop billions on a vessel or aircraft that would be practically redundant in just a few years. That's where the ZUMWALT destroyer entered the picture. This beautiful ship was designed with advanced stealth and survivability systems to combat threats we encounter today, and those in the future. It's perhaps one of the newest warships in the US Navy's fleet and undeniably one of the largest and most advanced. The very first ship was launched in 2013, and they've been winning hearts ever since. The many different technologies and features are definitely what make it stand out. For example, it has an integrated power system that provides power to combat system loads, propulsion, and ship services, all from the same gas turbine prime movers. It also has a multi-function radar and passive sensors that let it conduct air surveillance over land and in sea-land interface. Then there's the wave-piercing tumble home feature, which reduces the ship's cross-section and acoustic output. As a result, it's much harder for enemies to detect it at sea. Therefore, whenever it undertakes sea control, command and control, power projection, and deterrence missions, it can do so with incredible stealth. Number 5. Boeing AS-64 Apache. The Boeing AS-64 Apache is such an incredibly advanced helicopter that it's the most preferred in multiple nations. The US Army is the primary operator, but many other countries like Singapore, the Netherlands, Greece, Japan, and the United Arab Emirates also rely on it. It's been produced since the mid-1970s, and there are now more than 2,400 in operation. The Boeing AS-64 Apache is a helicopter with a tandem cockpit. It's equipped with a 30mm M230 chain gun and even has hardpoints on the stub wing pylons to carry stores and armaments, including Hydra 70 rocket pods and AGM-114 Hellfire missiles. Its technology is pretty impressive too, with a nose-mounted sensor suite allowing for night vision systems and target acquisition. While only 2 people can fit in this helicopter at any one time, they are capable of doing a lot of damage. Number 6. The Laser Avenger. Unmanned aerial vehicles are making troops safer, but only if you're on the side of those with the UAVs. They come in all different shapes and sizes and essentially work as an extra pair of eyes, monitoring battlefields and finding out where people are. They are incredibly effective, but they're also annoying and dangerous when you're not the one with the UAVs. Sure, you can shoot down those drones with our current ballistic technology, but doing so can reveal the shooter's position and put them in grave danger. Boeing came up with a solution, the Laser Avenger. It allows those on the battlefield to fire invisible projectiles at UAVs without giving away their position. The Laser Avenger is designed to be installed on a Humvee platform. They come with an infrared laser that can shoot down unmanned aerial vehicles mid-flight with a narrow beam that burns directly through them. With luck on your side, it'll knock it out of the air. When the Boeing company performed testing at White Sands Missile Range, they were pleased to see that the Laser Avenger could use its advanced targeting system to track 3 UAVs flying in challenging mountain and desert backgrounds and shoot them down. According to Boeing Directed Energy Systems Vice President and Program Director Gary Fitzmyer, the Laser Avenger does not work like a conventional weapon. It fires laser beams without creating any gun flashes or missile exhaust that would otherwise give away the shooter's position. Number 7. Robotic Combat Vehicle. Ground combat operation crews need all the help they can get on the battlefield, especially when there's a significant risk to life. That's where the Robotic Combat Vehicle Light, also known as RCVL, comes in. This unmanned combat vehicle, developed by American military vehicle developer Pratt Miller Defense and British multinational defense tech company KindEQ Group, comes in. This small and expandable vehicle is designed to support ground combat operations. It weighs 8,499 pounds, can carry an additional 6,999 pounds, and can travel nearly 40 miles per hour. If that's not impressive enough, it is packed full of helpful features. You can control it by remote control or let it move semi-autonomously along pre-programmed routes. It also has modular open system architecture that improves its flexibility and payload capabilities. As far as weapons and equipment go, this robotic combat vehicle has it all. It has a remote turret for a 25mm main gun, navigation equipment, sensors, and 360-degree situational awareness cameras. You can also fit it with a tethered unmanned aerial system for aerial reconnaissance missions. These vehicles aren't ready to be rolled out just yet, but prototypes are currently being tested. So, that was all for today. I hope you have watched the video up to this timestamp. Make sure to press the like button if it amazed you. Press the subscribe button if you still haven't subscribed to the channel, as it's totally free. You can follow me on all social media platforms. All links are given in the description. You can also watch other cool stuff. The playlist link is also mentioned in the description. I will catch you up soon in the next video. Till then, peace out.